If you're in the health, wellness, or beauty industry and you're trying to help your clients with light therapy, let's say you have a Celluma device. You know that it's a device that's proven to work and you know that it's a great quality device, but you're not getting the results that you were hoping for. This could be one of the reasons why. So let's talk about using light therapy on a rash, for example. Your client comes in, they have a rash, and you say, okay, I'm going to put the light therapy device on your rash and let's do a treatment today. So maybe your client leaves feeling a little bit better. Maybe the rash goes away a little bit, but then it pops back up and you're like, "Well, I wonder why that's happening." The Celluma device is known to help with skin issues. Or let's say your client comes in for several treatments in a week and the rash might even go away. If the rash comes back the following week, then what you know is that you're actually treating the symptom. You're not treating the problem. After using light therapy in my clinic for the last 13 years, what I have learned is that treating the symptom is not going to give your client the long-term results they're looking for. You want to start treating the problem. And what I mean by that is that the rash is a symptom. It's actually not the problem. The problem that your client is really having is an inflammation problem, and the inflammation is bursting out onto their skin. So, how do you help your client who has an inflammation problem? You need to start focusing on two things: their adrenals and the lymphatic system. When the adrenals are releasing a lot of adrenaline, and adrenaline is stimulating cortisol, the stress hormone, that is very inflammatory to the body. And when a person is gone through a traumatic experience or they live a stressful lifestyle, the inflammation builds up in the body. And then all of a sudden, the lymphatic system eventually becomes sluggish and it becomes blocked. So the inflammation can't actually exit the body. When you focus on the adrenals and you start repairing the adrenals, and they stop misfiring, that stops the production of cortisol. You still want to focus on the lymphatic system because if the lymphatic system is blocked up and the body doesn't have the ability to eliminate the inflammation and the toxins in the way it is supposed to, you're still not going to be working directly on the problem and creating some form of resolution for your client. Again, I'm going to go back to focusing on the adrenals. You want to repair them so they're not misfiring and constantly producing adrenaline and stimulating cortisol. Getting the body out of that state of fight or flight. That's the number one thing you want to do. And then definitely opening up the lymphatic system so it's functioning properly, but it's also able to eliminate the inflammation and the toxins efficiently from the body. And that's really focusing on the problem. It would be wonderful if you could do one treatment a week and that would give your client a problem resolution. But when the inflammation has gotten so bad that the rash is bursting out onto the skin, one treatment a week is not going to be enough. You will need to use your light therapy device on your client in a way that really produces a cumulative effect for that person. And what I mean by cumulative effect is when you work on a client on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, each treatment builds upon the next one. And there's a big difference between using light therapy on a person who has a problem you're trying to fix and using light therapy on a person where they're just experiencing light and you are just increasing the circulation of their body and increasing ATP for that moment in time. And it's so important if you really want to help your clients with light therapy and you really want to grow your business with light therapy, that you understand the difference between problem solving and just using light therapy as a nice experience. And so, if you want to have a better understanding of how to use light therapy for problem solving, then leave a comment below. Let's connect, or better yet, download my free online course that I've created for the business owner so you can start understanding how you can use light therapy for problem solving with your clients, how you can build a business, a profitable business with light therapy, and how you could be the go to person in your community for helping people in a way that you might feel limited to right now. If any of this resonates with you, get into my free online course, leave a comment biz below, and let's connect because your clients are depending on you.